Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us, for better or worse,
for richer or poorer,
in sickness and in health,
on a Roadcaster duo today.
Dun, 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 dun.
We are the dynamic duo.
Tom's going to check the audio, and while he's doing that, I'm going to say hi to everybody. Gil, I was going to say happy everyone, hey Friday. That's how you know my brain right now. Friday.
What's it?
Instead of saying Friday, I said Friday. I'm doing a lot of
Friday always
flipping right now. Humans only need one kidney.
That's in reference to an Instagram story I posted because
Tom
Fender
wants this
announced.
New guitar.
I mean, there's no need, but they announced a Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 signature Jaguar bass in seafoam green with a matching head. It's just a really beautiful bass, and I have zero need for it, but gosh, I want it.
Hey, Sammy, happy to see Heather again. Hopefully you're feeling better. I am. I had like just the most pounding headache when it was time for the YouTube huddle up, and Tom offered to take over the show, which was so much fun. I was just in the book nook over there.
Well, I said you were in no shape to stream.
I was just like,
and yeah, I knew you.
It's just a headache, so it's hard to be on. You know.
Yeah, and you didn't want to not do the show, so I knew that was important. So I was like, hey, you can do the admin stuff of like the scoreboard. Just you don't have to be on camera to do that, and I don't know how to do it, so I don't want to do it.
It was way fun.
So I'll just host.
I mean, it was perfect. So thank you.
Yeah.
Audio hotline in the house. Hey.
I'm using the audio hotline sent over a nice care package of 3 microphones. Yesterday, this is one of them. Yeah, this is one of them. This is one they're all microphones I've never tried. This is one though that I keep forgetting about. It's a Rode mic I've never tried. I know there's Rodecasters and Procasters. This is the Rode Broadcaster.
Wow.
Which there is a preset for in the Rodecaster.
Stefan, will we see the new RC Duo?
You're hearing it. I don't know if you can see it in the corner there. Heather can show. Yeah.
Yes.
It exists, I promise.
Looking real cute over here.
It's the white stuff, like where we go. Oh, is the scene locked? Scene is locked. Ba-doop. There it is. Yeah, the white lineup of Rode gear is gorgeous. I had never seen it in person. I've only had the regular ones. And so Heather got her duo there, her duo in her office.
And you are happy. I have no idea how to use this thing. I know how to turn it off and on.
But that's the beauty of it. There's nothing to even do.
Yeah, I just know, the purple button is my mic, and the blue button is your mic. Yay, I know that much.
That
and
nice?
if you accidentally tap one of these, you go into robot voice.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's see. Josh is here. Just popped in to say hi. Listening on his walk.
Oh yeah. Dog walk time.
My fave duo with the duo.
Oh, love the duo.
Catherine can't stay long, but want to say hi. Hello.
Did you know Catherine did a microphone review?
Yes, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited to.
Of the MV7 Plus. So if you want to go check it out.
Just Blinks, a Rode broadcaster. I love that microphone.
I've seen it pop up on people's channels. I've never used it. It's always been on my oh yeah, I want to try that. And I just forget about it. And then Audio Hotline sent it over. So pretty nifty.
You seem to like it.
Because there's a broadcaster preset in the Rodecaster, believe it or not. Yeah, he sent over a couple other mics. I was going to use a different one today, and then I was like, let me see what that one sounds like. I was like, nope, I'm using that one.
Yeah. I just need to show everyone how adorable you looked on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
With the friggin'... He tried to pretend to be me.
Which is a very big shoes to fill.
And it was like so... It was like
Heather's got
so
small feet,
cute.
but big shoes to fill.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready for this? Boom.
I'm sitting in the same one.
Yeah.
With the same shirt.
Look at this. Look at this. Are we ready for this? Oh my goodness. How
yes.
Look how cute. Oh my god.
And now I can join my pop punk band.
Okay, usually I don't make a big deal about how cute Tom is.
You can make a big
we don't
deal
need to talk about that.
No, we do.
You know?
We do.
But oh my god, on the YouTube bottle up, I was like, you look so adorable. I can't.
I was at a doctor's appointment this morning, and there was a physical therapy appointment this morning.
Yeah.
And the therapist kept asking, I had to fill out some forms, and he was asking like the assistant, like, oh, could you get this young man some forms or whatever? And I was like, oh, it's a nice young man. Then I realized, like, wait, that's also the thing they say to old people. like when someone is like 80 years old, they'll be like, can you show this young woman where the restroom is or whatever? I was like, wait, which is it? Which is it? Yeah.
I know. I posted a bio on my threads this week, and somebody, I don't know anything about this person, but they responded with, we have a lot in common, so I shot you a follow, young lady. And I was like, oh, you had it.
So close.
Just, I know it's not like offensive, but it's just, isn't it a weird thing to say?
I mean, it can be. I was happy to be called young man until I was like, wait. I'm in that weird gray zone of like sarcastic, genuine. Which is it?
Just Flink says, you sound so smooth on it, Tom. The proximity effect on it is pretty crazy.
I really, really like it.
There you go.
It has a high pass filter, so I could actually flip this little switch right here, which is a really nice little clicky switch, and then it will take out some of the lows. But I really like it with its normal thing.
Let's see. Bailey, the broadcaster sounds really smooth on your voice. Smooth. Look at that.
Maybe I could be a broadcaster with it.
Middle age, yes. Yep. Do you still get carded?
I have not got carded in ages.
Well, it's weird because here in the place we live, the like average age is super high.
Yeah, it's like 400.
Yeah. So basically, I feel like we get carded more because everyone who doesn't have gray hair is just...
I've been with you where you get carded and I don't get carded.
That's because you don't drink.
That's true. But usually they have to card everybody. But I don't know. I've seen you get carded, which is nice.
Well, it stopped for a while and I was like, oh.
I figure it stops. When they know you, it stops. You know?
Yeah. So what else is going on, Tom?
Well,
it's been a week.
It has been a week. I graduated from physical therapy today.
Yay!
I hurt my hip last Thanksgiving, and it has been giving me trouble for 11 months. And I tried to give it time on my own. I've done chiropractor stuff, which has been hugely helpful. And then I started going to physical therapy like 3 months ago, maybe even more, maybe 4 months ago. And today was my last session just to kind of check up and see how everything's doing. And they signed off that I don't need to go back unless something goes wrong.
You good.
Yeah.
Bailey, speaking of age, I happen to be turning 18 finally in 1 month and a day, November 6th. I now have graduated high school. Oh my goodness.
Congrats. Because Bailey, your academic year starts
Didn't we meet
in
when you were
January.
like 14?
Probably.
That's insane. Yeah, because pandemic.
He's an adult now.
Oh my gosh. That's so crazy.
That's awesome.
Wow. Congrats. Gil says, I went to the dentist this week and I got called young man. Then he looked at my card and said, well, at least you look young.
Wow, he said the quiet part loud. Like, you just don't need to let that out. You had it again.
I get carded. I'm 35, still youngish.
That's young.
Yeah, that's like...
I mean, whatever age you are, when you're older than that, you go back and like, I was so young.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure be like, I wish I were 50 again. Like,
Just Flink says, what I found during my brief time with Rode Broadcaster, as well as almost all Rode mics, is that the plosives on it are pretty bad without a pop filter. But otherwise, I loved everything else.
yeah, I'm trying to be aware. And I know it sounds good close, but I'm trying. I don't know it well enough to like not plosive city it. So
Yeah.
I'm not wearing headphones.
Plosive city.
Plosivicity.
I don't know why we don't wear headphones.
I mean, we don't,
just don't
really
want to,
need to. Yeah. Well, we never really had a good way to do it. But you know
but
what?
now
There's 2 headphone dials. One is purple and one is blue.
you should start a YouTube channel where we talk about the Rodecaster.
Yeah.
Bailey says, we started talking in 2020, so when I was 14. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So let us know what you're doing if you want to. Now that you're out of high school, what are your big plans?
Ernesto, hello and happy Friday. I'm an old fogey, but feel like 27.44 years young.
I feel like 27. Am 44 years.
Oh, 27.4.
That's what I've noticed, and what people have told me is like your mental age, at least how you feel, stays the same, but then you're just like the outside stops matching it, and you're just like, wait, who is this like older person in the mirror? I feel like the same I've always felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I have stuff on a list here. So you did the huddle up. That was fun. Oh, you redid your desk.
Yes, I need to make a video about that. I haven't made a desk video in several years.
We were doing a mobile stream setup from in there.
I mean, we could, but I don't have my wireless thingy set up.
Yeah.
But we could. I figured
so
like
Tom took out like everything, did the same thing that we've been doing in my room for
my
4
fifth
times
desk setup of the summer. Yeah.
So you pulled everything out of your desk. All the wires, all the cables, all the everything. You just started with desk.
Because I moved. I redid my office earlier this year, and I moved my desk with just like kind of the computer setup over there. That was not really intended to be a place to film, but just to like get like a workstation over in the corner and for like video calls and stuff. But it was still set up. It was set up in a way of being put together from many years ago that isn't necessarily what's most effective now. So kind of the same thing we did here, where we like blew up your whole setup, evaluated how it needs to be, and then that's what I wanted to do. So I was like, I don't want to think like this has to be here because it's here, or I don't have the cable to make this go over. Like, I want to just rip it all out, pretend I'm starting from scratch, so it's just a table, and then I just started putting things where I wanted them.
Because I think like what a lot of us do is like you get one new thing at a time, and so you just add it to the thing. But then it's like, well, if you once you have all the stuff, let's blow this up and start over and put it, instead of like.
There's differences too, because like your setup is, once it's dialed in, the intention is that it doesn't change.
Yeah, I don't want it to change. Yeah.
Whereas mine, like I do switch stuff out a lot. Like I have the Rodecaster video over there, but sometimes I want to move it over here. I want to change out microphones. I want to do all that, which I couldn't really do easily over there. And then I did also discover that I like filming over there sometimes, and it's kind of cool. So basically, I had never done it this way before. I put everything where I wanted it, or where I would like it, and then I was like, how do I make this work? So like I bought this. It's like a dual arm for. It's like a dual monitor arm, so it mounts to one point on the desk, but has two arms. And so one holds my monitor and the other holds my Rodecaster Duo. So that way, those are there and they're movable. That was kind of, my monitor was sort of stuck in the middle, because even though it was on an arm, the arm it was on doesn't really work up against a wall. Like it doesn't, some of them need to move back in order to move, and others don't.
I like this move.
All these weird moves I'm doing. And so I found some that were a little better up against a flat wall. And so that was a thing that I did. I integrated like a permanent overhead camera setup. And then I also found a nice way to use a mounting thing to mount my Sony a7 IV with the Elgato prompter, like to the desk itself. And then you've got my, my mic arm and the Rodecaster Video, the Streamer X, the Stream Deck, a speaker, like all that stuff ready to go. And no cables on the floor
No cables
for
on
the first time
floor.
ever. And which is hard, was a little trickier for me because I also have a UPS, like a power system. So a lot of the stuff has to go through that, and that is a big, heavy thing. It looks like a computer, like a PC tower. So I actually found this thing you can screw to the bottom of a desk. It's like a hanging PC computer holder.
Yeah.
And so I bought that for the UPS, and that now holds it up off of everything. And
it's not on the floor.
And then I tried to do some stuff on the under the desk, which I actually think is pretty cool. So that's why I want to make a video about it, because it's not either all on or off. Like I can go in there without changing anything, and all the essentials will work, like the Rodecaster, the computer, all that. If I want to turn on like the studio to film a video, there's little remotes for lights and stuff, kind of like you have.
Yeah.
But then there's also extra things like the Streamer X, the Elgato prompter, stuff that I don't need on all the time, but doesn't have power switches, and that's on a separate hub that has its own power switch, so I can like turn those on or off when I want them, because I just don't like stuff when I don't need it being on like all the time.
Yeah.
But I never had an easy way to do that. I still have open USB things because of the hub, and then I also made sure to mount my computer in a place where, even though currently there's no open ports on it, if I did need to change something, it's easy to just go under the desk. And all things that were not the case before.
Yeah. Excited for the video.
Yeah. If you go under and you like see the bottom of the desk,
So much drilled.
It looks like a top-down shot of a city because there's like so many things everywhere.
Same with mine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Freddie always says, do you guys find it easier to talk to the camera knowing there's actually an audience listening, opposed to when you first started and no one was watching?
I don't think it changed for me.
Honestly, I don't know. I want to say it didn't change, but now that I'm like getting back into my gaming channel, I am terrified of streaming. I haven't since I've come back. I just I keep finding excuses of like,
I knew
fine.
you weren't, but I didn't realize you
I
were
know.
finding excuses. Why are you terrified?
It's the same reason I was terrified to do the huddle up again.
Okay.
Like as soon as you do the first one, then I was fine. But like, I don't know.
Your gaming streams prior were like some of the most fun streams ever.
I know, but it's the thing of like, I know there's gonna be people watching this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think you should definitely rip that Band-Aid off.
It needs to be that.
Yeah.
It's
and then it'll be
I'm just
no biggie.
hyping it up in my head.
Yeah. Once you do, it's just like the huddle up. Now you've done it for like
I
10
do
months or
think for like
something.
the couples table, it's not that it's easier to talk to the camera, but I feel like our intention with this show has always been to be a discussion.
Right.
Versus like we've done a couple episodes where we turned on the stream, but we just started talking to each other and didn't like acknowledge the comments or anything, which some people watching actually thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, like when you're involving an audience and when you're not. And it's something that's cool with a stream like this is when we know there's like kind of some regular people who will be there every time, then you kind of do think of them. Like, I don't think I would have gone on a big spiel about Audio Hotline sending a microphone if he wasn't in the chat and people in the chat didn't know who he was.
Right.
It'd be like, oh yeah, friend sent a mic. But it makes more sense to, because of who's watching, kind of go a little more in depth on that.
Yeah.
So I think knowing who the audience is can inform the stream better, but I also somehow, this was not intentional, I've trained myself. I never look at the numbers who are watching a stream on any streams I do anywhere ever.
I honestly think it's a good thing.
Oh, I love it. I don't know how that happened, but it doesn't even occur to me.
I think because you don't know where the number is.
And I don't want to learn,
don't
it's fine.
don't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also learned it's similar to where I'm trying to do it more consciously is when we play hockey and it's during a game and the scoreboard is up. I don't want to look at the scoreboard. I don't want to look at the time. I don't want to look at the score. I don't want to look at anything. So I'm trying to like block out that part of like the wall because I just want to focus on what's happening here. It's very similar to the streaming thing.
Oh my gosh, another character. Hello. I told you about another character.
So you should encourage Heather to do streams.
So another character is a new friend that I have recently met through Threads. She has a screenwriting channel. So channel all about...
Oh, yeah, I saw these videos.
Yeah, a channel teaching you all about screaming. She's gone to film school. I
think
watched...
you said screaming. I think you said screenwriting and streaming, and you said screaming. A channel teaches
My
you about
brain
screaming.
today.
That's a different channel.
Oh, I did, huh? Screenwriting. And I think that screenwriting is always something I've been interested in because I do think that for what we do, it makes sense because a lot of the people in the gaming space do a lot of streaming. That isn't necessarily storytelling because it's more of like a reaction to a story that you're playing through a video game. YouTube videos, though, even if it's a tutorial or a vlog or whatever, you're telling a story. So I feel like it's always, I try to brush up. I think the last video I looked into was who are the creators of South Park?
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Yeah, so they have it's a very popular video on YouTube about how they do storytelling in South Park, and it's like just so it's just like a very practical technique that anybody can incorporate when you're outlining your videos and stuff like that. So anyway, go check out another character. And it's very good to meet you. And that's all I have to say. But anyway, we were just talking about how I am nervous to stream on my gaming YouTube channel, and I don't know why.
Even though we're streaming right now.
I could do this all day. We could do YouTube Huddle Up.
You've done like 1,000 streams in your life.
You know what it is? I'll tell you why. I think it's because on these streams, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like there is a little bit of like, how is she going to react to this versus here where it's like, I'm not separate from the group. I'm part of the group.
Right.
I'm part of the discussion. Whereas on the gaming channel, it is a performer and an audience. And that's why I think I'm nervous.
But couldn't you, it's your channel. Can't you change and create the different dynamic?
Of course.
Which you did.
I'm sure I will.
I've seen you do it on that channel in the past.
But I'm just,
Yeah, it's been a while.
Nerve. Okay. Let's catch up here. Bailey, big plans at the moment to keep working in the world of audio and broadcast, working on concerts, musicals, plays, conferences, which is what I've been doing for a couple years now.
Yeah, Bailey's been doing like a ton of really awesome work.
That's so cool. Mr. Camera Junkie in the house. Hello. Gil is here. Love that idea. Can't wait to see the video. Let's see. Ernesto, just use an Elgato product 4K 144 instead of the Streamer X for gaming. So I'm using the 4K X.
Yeah, the Streamer X is back in my office now.
Yeah, So we tried to do, I think, the Streamer X
pass through
as 4K X and the Rodecaster, which I guess it wasn't working. So you took those out, and now we have two pieces instead of one.
It was because the Streamer X it does audio and it does 4K video, but it only has one channel of audio. So for everything except the couples table, it was fine. But anytime I need to bring in a mic,
giant headache.
As a giant headache.
Yeah.
And then when we want to bring in your console, the Streamer X has 4K pass-through, but it does have this weird thing we discovered where the pass-through has to go to a 4K display.
Which I don't have.
Which we don't. And so it's weird, if you, this is a 1080 display, it goes there, 4K PS5 goes into the Streamer X. If you don't have it connected to a display, it shows it fine. As soon as you connect a 1080 display,
it freaks out.
It freaks out and says it can't capture it. And then if you plug in a 4K display, it would be fine. And that's just a weird thing about it. So it was significantly cheaper to just buy the Elgato than a 4K display. Yeah. Because this is a really nice, there's no need for a 4K display in here.
I feel what I don't want to do is as much as possible, buy a new thing of a thing I already have. My monitor is great. I don't want to get rid of it.
The Streamer X, I actually really like it because Catherine, it's funny to me. She discovered something really cool with the Rodecaster video, which is that you can run that 4K output from the Streamer X into the Rodecaster video, and it works. And so what that means is I can plug my camera into Streamer X and have it be a 4K capture card. So if I want to do a video call or a single camera stream or whatever in 4K, I got it. But if I want to use multicam, then it's just a source in the Rodecaster video, and it all gets downgraded to 1080. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So
yeah,
I'm very happy to have it in there.
Yeah. Bailey says, I always like having a USB hub on the desk. Similar to you, I'm always plugging things in and out, moving things around, etc. So having it accessible is really nice.
Yeah. I think I have 5 open USB ports. Different speeds, but
Yeah.
But the thing that really changed with my setup, which was making it harder, was adding things like the prompter and Streamer X and Rodecaster Video.
Things that require power.
Things that require really high speed. It's not just any USB, but you need like high speed USB ports.
Yeah.
And,
Why I was having that problem too. My prompter kept turning off.
yeah.
So.
And that's what suddenly made it tricky.
Heather, please do more gaming streams. I just need to, like you said, rip the Band-Aid off and do it. I'm just so
I didn't realize this was
nervous,
because every day you're like, I think I should stream. I want to stream. Do you want to stream with me? And I'm like, why would I not stream?
Like it just doesn't. I don't know. I swear.
Well, this is interesting. I didn't understand.
Well, that's how it was with the Huddle Up too, though. I mean, come on, I've done the Huddle Up, but
You've done
this
gaming
year,
streams.
I know.
Many
I
of
don't
them,
know.
long ones.
Here, see, you were 100% overthinking this. Yes, I just need to do it. I just need to go and do it. The Road to Health says screenwriting is a great tool for YouTube creators. Yes. JFK, hello, Pun Guy and Jump Rope Lady, sup?
I got a comment on one of my videos from like a month or two ago today that someone said, I love this video. It's colorful and entertaining. Your puns are good, but there could be more. I think you'll get better with practice. It's like, thank you. See, it's a very opposite type of comment from what I normally get, but it was just funny. It was like, oh, have you thought about adding more jokes?
I know. Usually people tell you to scale it back.
Yeah.
Just Flink says, Tom, how do you approach modern tech reviews? It feels like back in the day, there were only a few solid options at a given price point, but now it feels like whatever you buy, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah,
Actually, that's kind of an interesting.
It's super true. It's very interesting because camera YouTube, which used to be kind of pretty thriving, has sort of like the past couple of years had a huge downturn in a lot of ways because not that cameras aren't interesting, but like
they're all good. Like,
yeah, they're all good, and there's no huge breakthroughs. When it was like, it was sort of that thing of like, you know, if you look at like the first 4 generations of iPhone, right? Like you had like the original iPhone, and then when you went to the 3G, and then like 3GS, and like every time there were huge updates where it's like, wow, this is like a new device and a new thing. Mirrorless cameras were doing that same thing for a while. But you tell me the difference between an iPhone 13, 14, 15, 16, like, yes, there are key things that are different, but like your day to day, once you slap a case on it and just use it for a month, it all kind of feels the same. And cameras are
unless you're like super into it.
Well, if there's that one specific thing, you want crazy telephoto, you want whatever.
Right.
And cameras are the same way. You know, if you want one specific thing, I need 4K 120, I need 8K, so then it limits your options down. But if you're kind of the average person, the average creator looking for something, you can't go wrong. Like any of the main brands, they're good. And so it's like, in a way, it almost becomes less interesting because of that.
Well, because then you get into like overheating tests, which sometimes I feel like
weird nitpicky
we're trying
stuff.
to manufacture drama, basically.
Yeah, find problems.
Yeah, for the very niche one person out of 1,000 that has this very specific use case.
So I just do stuff I'm interested in. That's what I've always done. And sometimes I do have the thought, like, if there's a microphone or a mic arm or something, it's like, oh, if I'm reviewing this, I should have, you know, all of the main ones. I should go get more to compare it to. And I have to go like, wait, do I actually even want those? Do I actually care? I don't. Maybe. And that's where, like, I actually was revising my ethics statement this morning a little bit. And one of the things I added in, because there was a line that says my reviews are objective as possible and my opinions are my own. And I expanded on that to say, like, but I do have personal biases and I approach my videos from the point of view of an enthusiast, not a journalist or an expert.
I like that.
Because that is kind of it. Like, I don't, like, yes, there might be better options out there. Probably I've thought about, like, probably the thing I chose to, like, buy or get or review or whatever, there's a reason I chose that one.
Right.
And so 90% of the time, I don't know that I care about the other options. And I know maybe people would want to see everything, but it's just like, it's not practical. And at the end of the day too, it's also just like not fun.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, to go like, okay, every time we're talking about something, I have to talk about everything.
Yeah.
No, I just want to talk about
It's
this
exhausting.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's other channels that do that, and that's fine.
And that's what's great about YouTube is if that's what somebody needs, there's someone who's like psyched to do it.
Another character says, "Thanks, nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you all the way from Sweden."
Nice.
We have
A lot
3
of
friends
Swede friends,
from
yeah.
Sweden now. That's great. Bailey says, "I'm going to my first trade show next week, which admittedly is much smaller than NEB or something like
That's
that.
awesome, though.
But that's so cool.
I hope you have a ton of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think even the smaller ones are almost more.
Yeah. I would almost like.
Yeah. Like it's not as overwhelming. And then you can really, spend a lot of time.
Deep
with
dive.
things. Yeah, exactly. JFK, after watching y'all, Miss Luria, Doc, and others, I finally, after years of PC, going to Mac.
That is huge. Are you going to keep a PC just to are you going to be in both worlds or are you fully switching?
Yeah. Another character, what's your favorite equipment in your office? If you can only pick one thing, the one thing you can't live without. Oh my gosh. That's hard. Oh my goodness. Might be stumped.
There's interesting and exciting answers, but there's practical answers. Practically, I think I would actually say my MacBook. Speaking of computers, because I can't do my job without it. I can't do anything without it. And as much as I love audio and video stuff, so I'm like, oh, well, it'd be my FX3, it'd be the Rodecaster. Well, it's like, well, it has a built-in microphone, a built-in webcam, so
oh my god, you should totally make a video with your MacBook Pro.
Oh, you want to talk about the MacBook Pro is 1080. Your old setup was 1080. You know what 1080 setups do not look the same. But at least in a worst case scenario situation, it's possible. Whereas if I just have my Rodecaster, but nothing else, I can't do anything else. Yeah. I can't make a video with just the audio interface kind of thing. So I think I would say my MacBook.
Yeah. I was gonna say this microphone because it's custom and
it sounds great. I think
it was one of the things in my office that I was really excited about. But my PS5 is in here, so it might have to be that. Although I love my freaking keyboard.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say, I'm noticing on the camera before the stream with the Rodecaster, I was listening to mics and the cable on Heather's microphone was starting to get some weird interference. It was just an Amazon purple cable, and I was like, "Oof, I don't like that. I don't want to deal with that." So I put this Rode cable. I had a purple one. Put the Rode cable in there. It got rid of that. But I realized it's a more vibrant purple, and it's the exact same purple as your microphone. So it actually
looks great.
It actually, I think it was an improvement. Well, it sounds better, but also I think it was an improvement. It did the job it's supposed to do better.
Bailey says, actually, I'm doing more video editing for clients. As Tom knows, I offered to start editing for him, but later that day, I actually edited a video for Aaron Parecki. Just as a trial to begin with. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
Bailey was like, hey, if you need help, let me know. And I was like, it's not that, I would trust Bailey to edit.
Yes.
I just like the editing process.
Yeah. I know. Oh, my God. I can't even tell you how much I've had an appreciation for editing this week because again, I'm spending a lot of time in the gaming threads and no one edits because they all stream. And I love being able to take a 30-minute ramble and turn it into something that has story beats and all these layers of sound and overlays and stuff. It's just so fun. I love editing. Some people hate it, and Aaron is a good example of someone who probably enjoys it, but is also ridiculously busy and produces a ton of content. Crunching out a lot of content.
But also has, he has a system and a structure and a style. So I feel like the editor would really help him.
Yeah. Gil says, I vividly remember reading about global shutter, and I was like, I likely have no need for that.
Yeah, that was a thing with the Sony FX3. Cinema cameras have a thing called global shutter. I'm thinking of shutter angle. Global shutter is pretty sweet. But it's you're getting into the weeds of split. Global shutter is where you use a camera's whole sensor, and so it makes it easier to do that thing where you can film one file and then use it for vertical and horizontal, which is very cool and very helpful. And it's nice. Probably not it becomes that thing where because there's so little to complain about, that's where people are getting out their pitchforks and screaming over something like that. Or the FX3 not having shutter angle, which is it's cool. Doesn't really change my day-to-day life all that much, but it's nice. But it doesn't make the camera a dud or it's dead. The FX3 killer. No.
Melanie's here. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Just Flink says the microphone market is wild now. You can grab a Behringer and a budget interface for $80 and get audio quality so solid that no casual viewer would notice or complain.
Yeah, it just goes into, especially that. Yeah, that world's crazy. That's why like the Yeti was so popular, because there were no other options. Like this is it if you want a USB mic, and especially at that time, like what are you going to do? Go into the weird world of 2011 XLR interfaces?
I don't know how I found out about the Yeti because I don't remember watching reviews.
You're the perfect example, because you probably did like you probably Googled podcast microphone or something, streaming microphone, and that's literally the one. It's the one.
Yeah.
No other options, pretty much.
I don't know. I really don't. I feel
it's affordable.
Like I must have seen it on somebody's channel though, because I was using the friggin' earpods. I was using that, and I thought it was great, but something implanted into my head like get a mic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember you have a video of you getting your mic.
My unboxing.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it because it's the thing where it's like when people want to trash the Blue Yeti, it's like I get it in 2024, probably not going to be the first choice.
Yeah.
But when you watch you in 2016 unboxing it and suddenly being able to level up things in a way, like the joy, the confidence, the improvement that it brought and made accessible to you, like who could watch that and hate on that?
I mean, that's kind of how I feel with 4K. You know who I just did not. Well, that and the Roadcaster, both these things. I was like, I will never need it. Oh my gosh.
It was a joke for years, since definitely since the 2020. Like,
I mean, I'm still trying. I don't quite understand the Roadcaster still. I just know that you don't have a headache, and that makes me happy. 4K though, like I find myself watching 1080 videos and going to the wheel to change it to 4K, and I'm like, oh yeah, not everyone lives that 4K life.
Yeah, we discovered that Twitch is limited to 1080.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why that surprises me.
I mean, it is
for the amount of time people put there.
When I think of the gaming community, maybe it's for the games, not so much the video quality, but I think of a community that's like they are all about like maximum frame rates, maximum quality.
Right. That's why they custom built PCs and stuff.
And so I assumed like Twitch is going to be, okay, people are going to be doing 4K 60 all over the place.
Oh, that's a lot more. Because it's not just videos, it's streaming. It would be so much bandwidth.
Yeah. And even though it is Amazon based, I guess they probably don't have the infrastructure that YouTube does.
Or it's probably not financially
I mean, if they don't, it's probably a conscious choice. Why not?
Yeah.
Why they don't, but yeah.
A journalist, not an expert. I love that. The silence. Gil, MacBook for me, but my Cal Digit is a godsend. What's a Cal Digit?
It's a really nice hub.
MacBook is the right answer. Bailey, yeah, Aaron has an editor at the moment, hired through a third-party company who just swapped editors on him. So he's going to stay with that until the end of November, but then switch to having me.
That's awesome.
Oh
That's
my
so
gosh,
cool.
how cool.
I can't wait to see your videos.
That's so awesome. Yeah, you'll have to let us know what the first video is that you edit. That'd be fun. Mr. Cameron, global shutter removes rolling shutter.
That's
it
right,
captures
too.
all the data from the sensor at the same time. Open gate is the ability to record both vertical and horizontal at the same time.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, because there's shutter angle, open gate, global shutter. They're all different. Thank you for the clarification.
People are just born with the knowledge of the Yeti. It can't be explained. This just popped into my mind, but I was reading a comment on a video that was like, Tom's plastic looking ring looks so unprofessional, and I had to stop myself from replying in a fit of rage.
Heather replied to that.
I hella replied.
I didn't see it for like a couple of days because it was on the Roadcaster video.
You are not. You are just. I will let everything else roll off the soldier.
A squishy ring.
You are not allowed to talk about my husband that way.
Oh yeah, you tell him.
No, not okay.
I like that. See,
just not okay.
That guy would have lost his mind if he knew too. You could flip it out, and now it's pink. The inside is pink and the outside is blue.
Someone responded.
Someone else responded?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I can't believe the guy left his comment up. So here, let's
that's one of those ones where I was like,
pull this up.
I didn't see it, and I was like, oh, should I delete this? You told me about it a couple days later, and you were like, I think you had replied, and I was like, oh, that's one of those ones I'm going to leave up just to Oh, this is actually a good one. I like. Wait. Oh, he replied to this?
No, he hasn't replied. This person like chimed in. It's you have to read it a few times, but it's a good thing.
Yeah, I remember this comment. This was a good comment. Oh, the main comment was a good one.
Yeah, but this response was not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I didn't see it, because it was a reply to a reply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
like,
so let's fill everyone in here.
Because I saw the main one, which does have a dirty word in it, so avert your eyes.
Oh wait, hold on. There we go.
I saw this one because it got caught in the spam folder, and I read it and I was like, oh, I love this.
Okay, original comment. How the F does this guy always have on point matching colors for his accessories and cables? I need a skills for interior design and keyboard keycap matching. And then this person responded with the microphone, headphones, and 3D printed plastic ring do look kind of cheap though. I wouldn't turn up to a date with a classy woman with a bright blue plastic ring and a pink shirt like some 12-year-old. It's just the weirdest
Why
thing.
you dating women with a wedding ring, buddy?
Exactly. Obviously, it's a wedding ring. Obviously.
If not, though, what if you just wanted to wear a blue ring? Some people like wearing rings.
But it's like, whatever. So when I saw that, I couldn't help myself. I responded immediately, and I was like, I was so like, I was torn. I almost deleted this because I was like, I feel like this is not something you should have a gut response to, but I wanted everyone else to see it. So I said, Tom 3D printed both our wedding rings since we got married during peak pandemic. The one he's wearing isn't the one he wore at the actual ceremony, but still it's super meaningful for us. I love my husband with his bright blue plastic ring and pink shirt. Maybe that means I'm not classy, but I'm okay with that. I try to take the guilt trip route.
Right. No, I like it.
I don't think that's what I would say now. Right now, I would just be like, F you.
It depends on what day of the week you catch there. It's
But
funny
she's
though,
like,
then somebody else I saw was like, oh, some of us classy women's prioritize differently than you think. You be you, Tom. Reading that back, that guy strikes me as like, I wouldn't show up to date with a classy, like, you are definitely someone who describes yourself as an alpha male, and maybe we just don't need to be friends.
See, it brings a part out of me. It's like, what date you going to, buddy? Like, for real. I'm sorry. Woo! She came out there.
What if it was Harry Styles or something? We don't know. Probably wasn't, but.
Yeah, and then so I checked the guy's channel out. Of course, does not show face. Is not on camera. It's like, I don't like it when creators bash other creators, because it's like I would feel like we have this understood camaraderie.
Right, I know what it went through to just make a thing.
Yes, like we know what it's like to be on camera, and we know that it's possible that everyone can criticize every single thing that you're wearing, how you look, and all this. So I feel like, aren't we past this? I mean, obviously not a long time subscriber, but I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. That's one of those ones where it's like, what am I going to do? Go monotone on like just be a black and white channel?
See, this is why you have to do you, because everyone will have an opinion about what you should wear. I mean, I got so much crap for my purple hair and my backwards cap and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you just have to do. You want to come over here and make my videos? Come over here. Yeah, come over here and you do it. Make my life easier. I'm always checking the setting for 4K. Talk horror. Is the Blue Yeti pre-Logitech better than any current popular microphone?
I don't think so.
I think better options have definitely come out since.
Yes, it's better than the newer NW800. But yeah, there's better options. Looking at the USB world, if the Yeti's about $100-$120. If you look at like the Sennheiser Profile or some Fifine microphones, or you bump up to the Shure MV7, MV7 Plus, or the PodMic USB, like there are just better microphones now
in the comparable price range.
In the comparable price, and none of those existed though when the Yeti came out. Is the thing, and the Yeti, like, it has the benefit, like it can teach you pickup patterns because it has different pickup patterns.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Well, sometimes people leave it on the wrong one, and that's why it sounds bad a lot of the time. But if you use the correct pickup pattern and you speak into the correct part of the microphone, it doesn't sound too bad.
You got to put it on the butt.
And it comes with a stand that's a big deal because a lot of people get a mic and they realize, oh, I don't have a mic arm. I don't have what do I put this on? Do I hold it? The Yeti comes with a nice metal stand. I remember getting my Yeti. I was really excited because I bought it specifically to start live streaming pre-Roadcaster and all that. So I didn't have a way. I
remember going with you to Best Buy to buy it.
Yeah. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
I loved because for a while, wow, this is early on. I was doing Sunday night live streams because I would get so nervous, like the Sunday scaries before going to work on Monday. And I was like, oh, if I stream, it kind of like makes the fun of the weekend last longer and not the dread of the week.
Right.
And so I was doing Sunday night streams, but a lot of them I'd actually do in the garage. I would like pull the workbench out and I would do like 3D printing stuff. And like,
oh my God, that's old school Tom.
That's pretty old school. And I had the Yeti on the desk with me. And that's right. That's when I like learned. I must have been using OBS because
yeah, I mean, we used to use OBS.
Yeah, it was OBS, and I learned how to make different scenes. One with my camera. I'm trying to figure out what capture card we would have used.
Yeah, it was pre-Ecamm.
Yeah, I might have.
How did we find out about Ecamm?
I might have had the Cam Link.
It's been so long since we've been using
I
it.
either had the Cam Link or I was just using the Logitech C920, but I think at one point I did have two cameras. I had the Logitech to show the 3D printer and then my other camera.
Are those still on your channel?
Yeah, they should be. Ecamm I found out from Peter Gregg.
Oh.
He was the one I saw use it because he would always go into demo mode and he would switch his angles and do all his stuff and put labels. And I was like, how are you doing all this? And then he would show it and I was like, that looks so cool. And then he'd talk about Ecamm.
Wow. Kombucha, happy Friday, friends. Anytime. Bailey, the first video I edited past on the first render was posted a few days ago and was a Roadcaster video Q&A video.
Okay. That's a big...
That's awesome.
Last time
Bailey,
I did a client video that I thought was going to be perfect on the first pass, they asked to reshoot the whole thing.
Oof. Mr. Camera Junkie, blue is Tom's mood.
Bada boo.
Just Flinks, I never understand people that see other people being happy and just can't let them live. It's so sad. I mean, it is such a self-own, and I can't believe they can't see that.
Yeah, in those cases, that's why it's like it doesn't even register to me at all. There are sometimes people can be critical or say negative things, and it kind of gets to me. Like, I don't know, it really does. And that one I like didn't even notice.
I swear, if the tables were flipped and someone talked about me, it brings out this thing. Like, don't talk about my husband like that.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be if somebody said.
If it was about me, I'd be like, whatever, cool.
Yeah, but same thing though. If I saw that on your channel, or if someone were like,
get up in there.
Yeah. No guy would want to marry a woman that has like blah blah blah. I'd be like,
it's like, buddy, I have purple hair. Yeah. I don't know if you know that.
Let me crack out the kludge keyboard here.
What the heck does that have to do with anything? I'm sure the guy gets a lot of dates. See, exactly. I feel bad. I don't want to. Okay, Heather's number one rule: no bonding over bullying. So I definitely.
This guy's a bully though, and
I know, but I don't want to
Look, if Barack Obama showed up in my comment section and was like, "Hey Tom, your personal style maybe needs a reevaluation," I might go like, "Wait, hang on, let me think about this." I do consider the source that things come from.
I consider the source.
Pretty sure this wasn't Harry Styles or Obama.
Jake Thompson has arrived. Simply Obs, hey y'all. Kombucha. I don't like it when people just have a problem with other people just existing and minding their own business, being happy. I mean, that's why it's a self-owned, because you were clearly projecting some kind of like.
There's a meme that goes around a lot, and it changes, but it's like a badly drawn stick figure thing of like a party, and there's like people at a party like holding drinks and laughing, and there's this guy in the corner by himself like with a cup, and the thought bubble is always like they don't know blank, and it's like he looks really impressed with himself, and and people always change it like they don't know that like. They could be streaming in 4K instead of 1080 or whatever, and it's some opinion, niche opinion, that like, but it is like I'm alone at the party, no one's talking to me, everyone's having a good time, but I'm over here like.
You think you're better than everyone, but everyone else is having a good time.
And also, why are you even at this party that you don't want to be at? That's the thing is like
just go start your own party. What was the video about? That was on the Roadcaster video.
Yeah, so that video did very well and got very popular. So I have a feeling that was probably someone that like wanted to learn about the Rodecaster video,
You
and they're not
probably got
into
pushed out to
they're not
non-subscribers there a little
into
bit.
the color palette.
So true. You are never going to please everyone. Well, it's that, but it's like, I think it's just been rare, or it doesn't happen as often. I feel like because of how internet culture has evolved. I feel like these kinds of comments were a lot more common a few years ago. But I feel like there's just this like global etiquette that everyone knows that, you know, let's be kind, and there's always going to be haters and stuff. But the thing that threw me off about this is I haven't seen that type of comment in a while. Like, it's one thing to be like, your puns are annoying. Okay.
Yeah.
You watch the video at least, you know, like,
but I get it. Like, I'm not going to change it, but I get it.
But to like, you know, bully, to put out, like, call names and say you're a 12-year-old and stuff like this. Like,
I would show like a 12-year-old to date with him. Sir, this is a video about a video switcher. Just put the fries in the bag. Like,
sorry, I can't. Yeah. So it wasn't even like pleasing everyone. It's just like, I didn't realize me existing.
I guess we're going to talk about this now.
Yeah, exactly. It's that. Anyway, okay. KY Comedy is here. Haters gonna hate. You just gotta shake
I
it
heard
out.
about that.
Someone should make a song about it. Clip it. Let's see.
Clip it good.
Just Flinks. I feel like the Yeti got a bit of bad reputation because people just put it in Omni and put it off camera in an untreated room with the PC fans going off.
The wrong thing.
People didn't know how to use it.
They're talking into the top of it and they boom it out of frame 5 feet away. And it's like, the Yeti sounds bad. It's, you know, use it properly. It's not. I have a whole video about this.
Oh, just found a few of those live streams.
We should find one. I kind of want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Obviously, they're still up. I don't usually private live streams, but
all right, Tom Buck. Let's see what we got going on here.
you're gonna have to do oldest.
Bam.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, there he is.
Okay, do like this
one.
3D printer showdown. I think this one would have it. Oh, this definitely has 2 cameras. And I see the Yeti.
Oh my god. I can't believe you used to stream in the freaking garage.
I thought it was cool. This was, I bet you this was in like November. This was not. Oh, I put the chat up on. I found a way to put the chat on screen.
Oh my god, this is so cute. The humble beginnings. What camera were you using?
Probably my original 6D.
Look at that beard.
This was late 2017 for sure. Let's hear what it sounds like though.
Yeah, so to get started off, last time I did a live stream, I unboxed this printer here, the Monoprice MP Delta Mini. And since then I've been playing around with it, and I don't have a full review for it, but I'm going to make one. This is a very
you sound very nervous.
That's so
interesting
adorable.
printer. And so far, I kind of like it a lot. And I'm really impressed with it so far. And so I've been comparing it with a lot of my other printers. These were the 2 minis. This is my very first 3D printer right here. And as soon as I got it, I loved it so much. I bought a second one so that I could print more. And
oh my god, you look how. Do you guys see this? Okay, he could have so easily been a 3D printing channel, and we would not be having this conversation.
Well, I mean, you never know. Be a gold play button status, baby.
It's cool to see this though. That's really cute.
But my point is, well, the whole reason we brought this up was I want to see how. I forgot that I used
the mouse.
I forgot I used OBS to like. This was pre-Ecam, like you couldn't put comments on screen really easy, and then I had the Logitech C920 down here.
Oh, the webcam.
Oh, look, I did a picture-in-picture.
That fits right under there.
Wow.
Now I have the Stream Deck to just switch scenes all easy.
This was when we gotta put the mouse up here. What was the date of this?
You gotta click the
February 2018.
Yeah.
So this is 6.5, almost 7 years ago. That's a while. But the whole reason we went there was because the Yeti. I was so excited. I know it's echoing, reverby. I'm in a garage and stuff, but like.
Is that what you were using?
Yeah, I had no way of getting any sound prior to that. Other than the camera's built-in microphone, which would have sounded 10 times worse.
Yeah.
So it was like I bought this Yeti, and now I could actually live stream I had no other way to get audio in my live streams at
Yeah.
the time.
Let's see. Dawn, my Blue Yeti was great until I hit it with my elbow and knocked it on the floor. Well, you know what I did with mine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was working out of a WeWork. This is one of the things that help my
You
channel
also have a
take
video
off.
about this.
Yes. So I would commute from my apartment to WeWork on a boosted board, which is an electric
This
skateboard.
boosted board right here.
Yes. And so I put my Blue Yeti in the backpack. And one of the things that you pass by on the way home, because it's in Long Beach, so it's a beach path, is the dog beach. The off the leash dog beach. And there was the cutest bulldog just running full freaking force. And I looked at the owner as I was going like super fast. And he was like, and I just had to dip to not run over this dog. And I hurt myself so bad. And I landed on the Yeti on my backpack.
With your computer in there too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Like your whole business was in
My
this bag.
business was in my backpack. Yeah. But the Yeti was like on top. So that's what
Yeah.
I landed on.
You had to get it replaced, right?
Yeah. I reached out to Yeti and they sent me a new one.
Isn't
That's
that
really nice. So anyway, hello. Just Flinks. I feel like the Yeti gets did we say this?
Yeah, that's what we saw that before we went to the.
Put the fries in the bag. Tom out here clowning people. Put the fries in the bag.
I saw that somewhere. It just made
Look
me
at
laugh.
that beard. Put the fries in the bag. Killed me.
You have a lot of 3D printing videos popping up in your recommended.
No, see, I have to take this search history off because I don't want them. No offense. I didn't even know YouTube had live stream functionality back then.
That was when it was. I think it was limited to 720.
Dude.
At least I was, and you had to that was where your channel had to be a certain age, and you had to have a certain number of.
Well, I remember when I first started live streaming in 2016, you had to use YouTube's live streaming thing called Wirecast.
Oh my gosh! That's
You
right.
couldn't even use a thing.
For a while, could you only use the phone?
No.
I remember we streamed on your phone, but maybe that was just because they brought it to the phone.
Yeah, I don't remember. It is true. We never know where life will take us. None of the B&H stuff would have happened. Tom is
true.
where he's supposed to be.
Be
I
it
know,
Fry's
so
Electronics or something.
be different. My friend just got
Micro
into
Center.
audio recording and he's managing to make my Rode NT1 5th gen sound bad. So the microphone definitely isn't everything.
Right, because that is an amazing microphone.
If your friend wants some tips for audio recording, the only thing the NT1 needs on 90% of voices, a high pass filter about 150 hertz and a low pass at about 20 kilohertz.
Bailey dropping knowledge there.
That's cool.
And to make sure he's speaking, there's a podcast I listen to a lot, and I'm semi friends with one of the hosts, and because we met because I was a fan
Internet
of the podcast.
buddies?
Yeah. And he actually emailed me because he was like, okay, suddenly my co-host microphone, the Rode NT1, is sounding terrible, and I don't know why. It sounds like he's in a bathroom, but it's always sounded great. What can we do? And I was like, well, it could be this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, I know this sounds dumb. Have him double check he's talking into the right part of the microphone, because it's a microphone where you talk into one side, but it looks kind of the same. I was like, make sure the gold dot is facing towards him and he's talking to that side.
He had it backwards.
30 minutes later, he was like, yep, he changed his setup a while ago and actually put the microphone in backwards, and he's been talking to the back of it for the past 3 episodes. Everything's fine now. I was like, love it when it's a simple solution, but
I know.
I hate when you have to tell someone is it plugged in?
I know. Did
you have to very
turn it on?
tactfully.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I'm sure anyone who works in IT support knows a lot of times that is the answer. It's
Right. It's yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. A dip in the mids at about 600 to 1,000. That takes out some of the nasal sound in a voice. Wow. Did you know all this?
I never remember the exact numbers. I just remember what it looks like on the equalizer.
Oh, Just Link says, fun fact, way back in the day, you could link your Twitch channel to your YouTube channel because they didn't have a live streaming feature. Twitch?
Oh, you if you wanted to be live, you'd be on Twitch.
Oh.
If you wanted pre-record, you'd be on YouTube. So you could wow, the world has definitely changed. That was probably before Twitch was acquired by Amazon, I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah.
Speaking
Joe, it was cool to see Tom in the chat on Dave's Chase the Summit live stream this
I was
week.
just talking to you about this stream. I was telling Heather, I was like, oh yeah, one of my other internet friends was doing a stream, and I knew he had gotten the Roadcaster video. His actually had a problem; he had to get it replaced. So I wanted to I saw him streaming,
the
and I was
outdoors
like,
guy?
yeah, and I was like, oh, let me make sure it's working right. But I was telling Heather, a big gripe that I've had for many years is if you buy a variety bag of chips, like that has Doritos and Cheetos and stuff in it, there's always so many Fritos in there. And like, it'll come with 2 bags of barbecue chips and 8 bags of Fritos. And I'm always like, and every combo that has all these good chips has Fritos. And every time I buy those, we just end up with an abundance of Fritos. I'm fine with Fritos once in a while. I like a corn chip. But like,
I never get the variety pack because it feels like a waste because I never eat the Fritos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And someone asked like, "Hey Chase, are you a Fritos or Doritos guy?" And I was like, "Are there Fritos? Are there really?"
Why is this even a question?
Like, and then the fact he's asking the question, the fact that they put 14 different bags in the variety pack means there must be, but
I have never known anyone to like the Fritos.
Yeah, like if there's nothing else,
yeah, it's always Fritos. Like, oh, you got to the bottom of the pack.
Or there's other things. There's certain like, I don't know, meals like a Chili's or whatever.
Like you're in the hot lunch
like
line as a kid,
Fritos
and then
in.
all the good chips got taken.
Yeah, so I'm stuck with the Fritos.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was literally telling Heather about that like an hour before we streamed today. So I'm glad that, yeah.
Where are we here? Okay, that gold dot trick is great.
It's almost like Rode thought about it.
I've had to remember the numbers because I mix on some of the older analog consoles. No visual equalizer. Oh, nice. Wow. That's crazy. It's hardcore. Kim, I cannot figure out how to equalize my mic for my voice. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Thanks for that tip. There you go.
Yeah, it's different for every voice too. And that's what Bailey said. It's just a start. Every mic is different, every voice is different, every environment different, and the combination of all those is also very different. So,
but it's also like I get to the point where I don't even know what like is right anymore because I'm like tinkering too much, you know.
Audio Hotline says my wife likes Fritos. I know I'm working on fixing her. It's not that I don't like Fritos. And to be fair, Trader Joe's has something called corn chip dippers, which are the Trader Joe's Fritos, which are vastly superior to Fritos. They're not insanely salty, and they're a little bit bigger. And
you should start a YouTube channel about chips.
I don't know about that. Chip tips, that's what I'll call it. It'll be a shorts channel. But here's my only thing is you get the variety pack, like the 18 little... I really love chips, and I have no self-control.
Loves chips.
So if I have gotten the big party size, suitcase size bag of Doritos from Costco, and I will just eat the whole thing in a couple days. Like I cannot control myself. So I have to get the little prepackaged ones because they're portion control. I can't be trusted. And I love a lot of different chips. And it's cool because sometimes they're like, oh, look, it's got nacho Doritos. It's got Cool Ranch. We got some barbecue chips over here. We got Ruffles. We even got some sour cream and onion. And we also got Fritos. Fine. But it will literally be like, you know, the really popular ones. You're going to get 8 bags of Doritos. You're going to get 6 bags of Cheetos. And then you're going to get 2 bags of barbecue and like 8 bags of Fritos. Why is so much real estate? Like, did they just manufacture?
It must be like a Midwest thing. Like
everyone's making Frito pie. Yeah. It's all huge in Texas or something.
Look up Frito pie. It's a side dish I had in Atlanta. You'll never have an abundance of Fritos ever again.
See, that's the thing.
Is that's when you put like chili in the Frito bag?
No, that's like a dish you can make.
Oh, yeah. I've seen put a scoop of chili in the Frito bag.
Mix
it up.
Well, even when you make curry, I actually do like to mix Fritos in with the curry.
Which is so weird because it's Japanese curry.
Here's Frito pie.
I don't understand. Oh.
Yeah. Fully understand that. It's great. But that's not like I'm having lunch with a sandwich and I just want a giant bag of Fritos. That's the saltiest thing I've ever had. It's not even that they're bad. It's
he
just
is
like
opinionated. Tell him, Tom. Go ahead.
They're in every variety pack. They infest every variety pack, and it's not just that they're there; it's that there's so many of them compared to objectively superior.
Okay, here, someone who works in education. No one likes the Fritos. We tolerate them at the end of the variety pack.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's why I was just blown away that somebody had that question on Chase's stream.
You okay?
Yeah,
Are you back?
I went to a place.
You went there. Get the variety bag for yourself. Give away all the Fritos to the trick-or-treaters.
Well, fortunately, what Frito-Lay did start doing, maybe that's why, because it's in their name, right? Frito-Lay, they're going to we got to keep the Fritos going. They do have a variety pack that is puffy Cheetos, crunchy Cheetos, Cool Ranch Doritos, and nacho cheese Doritos. And it's just those 4 flavors. So I just get that one. They're all winners. I just reach in the bag. Whatever I pull out, I'm happy with.
Bailey says it is really hard to get the EQ on your voice perfect, as you do say. It can seem like any chance is making something better, even if it isn't. Sometimes take a step is the best choice.
Yep, 100%.
I would rather have an abundance of Funyuns than Fritos. It's like the plain M&Ms.
It's so funny.
Frito smells like toast to me.
Because a lot of people say dog paws smell like Fritos. Yeah.
Yes. I just saw this on Instagram.
That's funny. Frito pie, though, I'm down for dishes that include Fritos because nice crunchy chip in an otherwise smushy dish, much appreciated.
The one I had was a brisket chili with cheese and onions and barbecue sauce in a Frito bag. Wow. That sounds good, yo.
This is reminding me about the whole shebang. Maybe this is a note we can go out on, but there's a thing I found out about several years ago. We talked about it on here. Maybe we even had them on here. I don't remember, but apparently there's a type of chip in prisons that are served, and they're called the whole shebang, and it's like
you were obsessed.
Potato chip. It's potato chips, but they have every flavor. If you live in Canada, I think Lay's or Ruffles make some that are called all dressed up or dressed up chips or whatever. It's like that. But for some reason, they're like only like the prison system just bought them all, and so apparently it's a common thing. I don't ever want to find this out, but if people get out of prison, and it's like, is there anything you miss? Like the one thing I miss is just the chips, but you can buy them on eBay. And so I would buy a bunch. And
he bought a pack.
I bought several cases for a while, and I would bring them even to school and like let students try them and have them and stuff. And they're really good. They're really good. Those are great. And my other thing, a bucket list item that I have is to eat a Dorito fresh off
the conveyor
belt. Yeah, because I've heard from people who work at the factory that when you have them fresh and they're still warm and they're super fresh, it's a different experience.
No, see, I feel like I don't feel like that's a true Dorito. I feel like a Dorito is meant to be eaten at room temp. So you have to like wait for it to cool. Otherwise, I'm
happy to try both. I will try the fresh one that's still warm, and I'll let it cool and try that one too. Fine, if I must.
Today's show is not sponsored by Frito-Lay.
Yeah, it's by the Lay part, but not the Frito part.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna
go get ice cream right now.
Because the couple's table should be sponsored by Handles.
That was like one of my first thoughts waking up this morning. It was like 2 p.m., baby.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
We got the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, did he?
I was like, yeah. Anyway. Thanks all for being here. This was a really fun show.
This was a fun show.
Appreciate all the on and off topic conversations. I guess there's no way to be off topic when there is no specific topic, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Maybe before next week we'll see a stream from you and we can talk about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And next week I'll be on another mic that was sent over from Audio Hotline.
Christopher says, honey barbecue twist Fritos are great. That actually sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm watching this as a non-American, wondering what Fritos are. Oh my gosh. You don't need to try them. Actually, I'm curious. Do you guys think I should start doing some shorts reels on these little tips? I've been thinking about it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, 100%.
Totally.
That's the kind of thing, too.
The only thing, though, is just to make sure to add some text on the grid photo, just so like when someone's scrolling through your feed, it's like putting the YouTube title, onto the thing.
That's a good. Heather has a whole tutorial on her tutorial channel about
just
shorts covers.
Yeah, put the text so that when someone's like trying to find the very specific little tip, they can find it. Yeah,
I love that because it's also a thing. Maybe it doesn't need to be an 8-minute video, or if someone just wants to make their mic feel better, they don't want to sift through.
Yeah,
a long video. They just want the 1-minute thing.
All right.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you all have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week and weekend.
And we'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.